All right. Hey, we live. Well, not live, but recording going. All right. Hey, so
Okay.
Shalom is real. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Yahweh is who the world
Shem
ignorantly calls God.
Rakakwadash.
Yahweh is who the world ignorantly calls God. Yahweh Shai is his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And there's no God beside him. Salakia. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. And salutations to the elect whom the Lord have given ears to hear. 1 second, let me put my garment on. All right, so we're going to entitle this lesson Spoils of War. Dot, dot, dot. What is our hope? Okay, so to start it off, let me share my screen. All right, so what are spoils of war in the Bible? So it says spoils of war in the Bible refer to valuable goods, livestock, and people, captives taken by victors in ancient battles, with early examples in Genesis 14 and later specific laws in Numbers and Joshua dictating how to divide and dedicate these riches to God, often involving tithing or consecrating items to the tabernacle, while Paul later interprets the concept metaphorically as Yahweh's victory bringing spiritual gifts. All right. So our hope as we wait on Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, as we go through turmoil, right, as we fight this battle, is to be rewarded at the end, right? And oftentimes in the scriptures, as you see, various examples, all right, we had to go through war, and after war, you know, and the war could consist of, and it don't necessarily have to consist of one battle. It can consist of multiple battles, and then come the spoils,
Um,
right? So that's our hope, you know, that, and the brother can grab that. What's that, Matthew 19 and 28? If you're able to.
yeah, I got a precept too
All right, you got it.
going into this is Deuteronomy 20 to prove as well that the spoils and everything is it goes to us, right? Deuteronomy 20 verse 13, it says, and when the Lord thy God hath delivered it into thine hands, thou shalt smite every male thereof with the edge of the sword. And why do you smite the male? That's the thing you got to think about, because we know, and when in the scriptures where it says in Numbers 1 and 18 that the seed, okay, it comes from the lineage and everything, the line, it goes to the house of your father. So I remember a long time ago, someone asked, how do you destroy a nation? You kill the men off. When you destroy a nation, you kill off the men, and now there's no way to rebuild that nation. So that's how to destroy them. So again, it says, "Thou shalt smite every male thereof with the edge of the sword." It says, "But the women and the little ones and the cattle and all that is in the city, even all the spoil thereof, shalt thou take unto thyself." Okay, so that being said, everything else is gonna be taken to, for ourselves. The if I'm not mistaken, um, the little ones, we're gonna take as slaves, right? Captive for them to work, right? Um, and I believe in Deuteronomy, the 21st chapter goes into um really just killing off the parents, but that's more in depth. Um, but keep going. It says, "Shalt thou take unto thyself?" It says, "And thou shalt eat the spoil of thine enemies, which the Lord thy God hath given thee." Right, all the food, you know, and everything like that. That is all given unto us at the end, like the brother was saying, at the end of war. Okay, and that's what's gonna be happening, man. Best believe. If anybody has any thing to say, I can say anything. If not,
I'm gonna grab that Matthew's
you got
19. Was it 1928 or 28:19? Can't remember. Where Peter asked Yahushua, "What shall we receive?"
Oh, right. I got you. See. Here it is.
Yeah,
19 and
19 and
27.
27.
Yeah. You want me to read it
Yeah.
or
Hey,
you?
can you see my screen, or I have to pull it back up?
Yeah, I can't see your screen now.
You can read it. Yeah, you can read it.
Come on, this is
All right, bet. Yeah, you
Matthew
got it.
chapter come on. Matthew 19 and 27. It says, "Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all, followed thee. What shall we have thereof?" Verse
Right.
28.
And remember, the Heavenly Father is righteous power, and we know that
Mm,
men, that go to war for the Heavenly Father, like it says in the Book of Sirach, that there be three things I hate. One of which is a man of war that suffereth poverty.
It says,
Right. This is Sirach
uh,
26. Let me pull it up actually. So, can you see my screen now?
um, nah,
All right, let me share it once more.
I, I can't even see you. I see something
Where?
because I can only see myself.
All right, can you see? Because I got the blue letter up. Oh, okay, my fault. That's my problem. That's my fault. Let me see.
There we go. Now I see it.
Okay. So I want to bring up Sirach 26 and 28. Sirach 26 and 28. There are two things that make me sad, and a third that makes me angry. A soldier who has become poor, intelligent people who are not respected. But that's the main thing, a soldier who has become poor, right? And we know that the scriptures say what? The Lord is not unrighteous to forget your works and labor of love. So keep going on that up.
Um, it says, verse 28. Yahushua said unto them,
So my
Verily I say unto you. Can you hear me? Shoot. Can you hear me?
yeah, I can.
Okay, come on. It says, and Yahushua said
Yeah,
unto them, I think it's kind of lagging, but I'm going to try to read it. It says, And
Yeah, I
Yahushua
can
said unto
I
them,
can hear you
verily I
well.
say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit on the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
Hmm. And
Keep going.
was that further? Is a little bit further up where is more in that up?
Yeah, there's more.
Okay, yeah, it's locked. Keep going. Yep.
Okay, cause yeah, it just letting you know it is laggy because you're getting like um the how can I explain it? Yeah, it's just getting laggy because I can tell like you're kind of late with it, so we're kind of yeah. But I'm gonna keep going.
Word. Man, fuck, see, doing this thing today, boy.
I know, but I can keep going.
Is it better now? It's still
I
lagging.
mean, you're good. You're not lagging. It's just that it's delayed.
Oh, so when you speak, you hear yourself delayed.
But verse 29 it says, yeah, and everyone that hath forsaken houses and or brethren or sisters or fathers or mothers or wife or children or lands for my name's sake shall receive an hundredfold and shall inherit everlasting life.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 30, but many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first.
Right. So that hundredfold is a part of the spoils of war. All right. The women that we lost on this side, we're going to get a hundredfold. The children that we lost on this side, we're going to get a hundredfold. The land, you know, the so-called homes, that you might have had, or the Lord might have you might have had an opportunity to have through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You're gonna get that a hundredfold. You're gonna get planets. You know, and those are the spoils. All right, that which was taken away from us. I'll read it again. It says, spoils of war in the Bible refer to the valuable goods, livestock, and people taken by victors in ancient battles. Okay, so yep, there you go.
Yeah, Con, I got some. Well, if I may,
You got it.
um, what I was gonna Con, what I was gonna say was, when all hell breaks loose, and well, not even further from that, when the scriptures talk about what was that in Deuteronomy 7, not in Deuteronomy 7, Daniel 7 and 18, the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom. So this kingdom is going to be taken by the saints, man. So everything um that is here now, of course, is going to be burnt up and gone, but this is going to be our kingdom, man. The new kingdom, right? The scriptures say we look for a new heaven and a new earth. So not necessarily this earth is going to be destroyed. No, America in itself is going to be destroyed, but this world is still going to stay, but it's going to be ruled in righteousness, man. Everything that was once here is now going to be gone, and it's going to be ours, man, for the taking.
Yep. Hey, let's grab Numbers 31.
Got you. Where you want me to start?
Start at the top. Oh, you finished? Did you have more in that Deuteronomy 21, or you read it?
Um, there's probably more, but it's all good.
All right, con. You're gonna go in this Numbers 31, because I mean it's pretty much also gonna break it down. As far as the spoils of war.
Yeah. Numbers chapter 31 and verse 1. it says, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, avenge the children of Israel of the Midianites. Afterward shalt thou gather unto thy people. And Moses spake unto the people, saying, arm some of yourselves unto the war, and let them go against the Midianites, and avenge the Lord of Midian. It says, and every tribe of thousands or thousand, or yeah, Slaki, every tribe of 1,000, tribe 1,000, Slaki, throughout all the tribes of Israel shall ye send to the war. So there were delivered out of the thousands of Israel, and 1,000 of every tribe, 12,000 armed for war. And Moses sent them to the war, 1,000 of every tribe, them and
Phinehas.
Phinehas, Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the priest, to the war with the holy instruments and the trumpets to blow in his hand. And they warred against the Midianites as the Lord commanded Moses, and they slew all the males.
So that's going
and
to
they
what you
slew the king.
that
You got it.
it was a it was a takeover. And that's how it's going to be that's how it's going to be, in the coming world as well. Our enemies is going to be getting taken down, and it's, in other words, as it is written, they that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Right. And I can say this too. Again, it says that they slew all the males. I'll say I was gonna get I don't know what the scripture is, but talking about changing the fishers into hunters.
Yep. Jeremiah 16 and 14.
That's that's what we're gonna be doing, man. So the ones that we're gonna be hunting them and getting them out of every as the scriptures say, out of the ground, every crack, I believe it says. You said Jeremiah what?
Jeremiah 16 and 14. But you also
you want me to keep going to numbers?
Yeah, keep going to numbers.
All right, come.
But you was referring to what was that, Isaiah 24, when it says after many days they shall be visited in the pits. Talking about these Esau that's going into them bunkers. They're gonna escape nuclear destruction, just going to hardcore slavery. We're gonna be off you, taking their daughters.
It says, keeping going. Verse 8 of Numbers 31. It says, and they slew the king of Midian beside the rest of them that were slain, namely Evi and Rechem and Zur and Hur and Rabbah, 5 kings of Midian. Balaam, also the son of Beor, they slew with the sword.
Right, because
and the children of Israel.
You got to understand, in war, it's not only that particular king you got to worry about, but you have to worry about his seed, because his seed will what? His seed would be a problem to you in the future, right?
Yeah.
So stop that rebellion. You cut it off at the roots.
That's right.
That's why when you go into who is that in the book of Exodus, as well as in the book of Matthew, there was a decree that king or that Caesar or that Pharaoh at the time, they had a decree to kill all the male children. So they understood
Right.
very well that that male child would be an issue for them. You know,
Mm-hmm.
just let me just
Hey, and oh
you got
yeah, I'll say this, that it makes me think of Saul and his ass. You know, he had one job to kill all the Philistines, and he left. What he left the king, right?
yeah, I haven't gone to that in a minute.
Yeah, cause he was sent to kill all the Philistines, and he left one, and um
Or the
and he
Amalekites.
failed at that.
The Amalekites.
The Amalekite, Slakia, Amalekite, yeah, Khan, Slakia. It was the Amalekite, and he failed that, and if he actually killed all of them like he was supposed to be doing, this wouldn't even have happened, you know.
Right.
But of course, things happen for a reason, of course, and all to do with prophecy and everything. But it shows, man, that killing all the males and everything like that, that's a need, because you don't want them to rise again.
I'm trying to find that precept in Exodus. This is Exodus chapter 1 and 9. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come
Mm,
on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when they falleth out of war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. Right?
mm.
When you read on, they afflicted us, and yeah, let me just keep reading because it goes into it. Therefore, they
You got
set
it.
over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens. And they built for Pharaoh treasured cities, Pithom and Ramses. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. And they were grieved because of the
Mm,
children of Israel. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor. And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage in mortar and in brick and in all manner of service in the field. All their service wherein they made them
mm,
serve was with rigor. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of the one was Shiphrah, and the name of the other Puah. And he said, when you do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew woman, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live.
mm.
Why? Because one is going to build up the nation of your enemy, and the other is going to build up your nation. You got it up.
On. I can go back to Numbers. Yeah, verse 9. It says, and the children of Israel took all the women of Midian captives and their little ones, and took them, and took the spoil of all their cattle and all their flocks and all their goods. It says, and they burnt all their cities wherein they dwelt, and all their goodly castles with fire. Verse 11, and they took all the spoil and all the prey, both men and of both of men and of beasts, and they brought the captives and the prey and the spoil unto Moses and Eleazar the priest, unto the congregation of the children of Israel, unto the camp of the plains of Moab, which are by Jordan near Jericho. Verse 13, and Moses and Eleazar the priest and all the princes of the congregation went forth to meet them without the camp. Um, it says, Moses was wroth with the officer of the host, with the captains, over thousands and captains over hundreds, which came from the battle.
Oh, that was pretty much it. That
Says
was,
Moses, and that was it. Okay, con.
yeah, that was
Well,
pretty
I'll
much
say this, that again, it shows that, you know, women really, and people say women get mad when they say like for instance, don't treat me like an object and all this stuff like that. But literally, you can see with back then in those times, women were treated and looked at as booty in a way. You know, they were looked at as treasure. You know, and all in all too, they like being treated like an object because they say do whatever you want with me when just take me. You know, so they like being ravished and everything like that. But best believe when these
yep.
times and these times to come in Jacob's trouble, these women are gonna be ravished, man. You know, this is the time. This is the time. And the time, furthermore, in Jacob's trouble, it's gonna be a time of war. Best, like a no, it's gonna be a time of war, man. So prepare for it. Let me see. Let me see.
All right, I'm gonna read this out because you all mentioned how the women are going to be ravished. So this is Isaiah 13 and 16. Let me see if I might have to read up. And you could grab that one in Second Ezra, where it says, the women shall mourn having no bridegroom.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
It says, was that 16 and 33, I think. Let me start at Isaiah 13 and 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than a golden wedge of Ophir. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place, in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. In other words, people are going to be running to and fro, very scared. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own land. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes, and their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. You know,
Mm,
and the women, or the brother's going to read. Because the women, best believe, they're going to be flowing unto us. Okay, because they're going to see that the man has the power, especially a man of the Lord.
that's right. Hey, the scriptures say that he shall make a man more precious than fine gold. That's why I don't know if you quoted it, but um we shall wear our own apparel. Roughly paraphrasing, I can't remember that.
Isaiah 4:1.
Let us
Let us be called by
yeah,
thy
Isaiah
name.
4:1. Yeah. Let us be
Yeah.
called by that name, like you said, man. And these women are gonna be in order, man. You know, that in that day. So they thinking that they don't need a man now and they're living a luxurious life now, but in these times of war they're going to be put back in their time in their back in their place, man, and the roles are going to be where they're supposed to be, man. But
Yeah,
I
hey,
got that
that's
second Ezra 16 if you got it.
hey, that's also a prelude, cause like who is it the harlot Rahab. When
Mm,
she told the men of Israel, the spies that went to go spy out the land, I believe it was Gideon, if I'm not mistaken. She said, we were
mm-hmm.
afraid. We found out pretty much how the Lord prevailed for you and your people in the land of Egypt. So that just goes to show you how, as you get closer to the end of the war, it's how can I put? It's more evident who's going to be the victor. And
Right.
brothers always say, women women are cheerleaders, you know. So that's just what I'm getting
Yeah.
at is that, the women is just a
The thing that comes with the win.
things that comes with it, exactly, the water.
It's like one of those things where it's like that's why you see in like different Olympics and stuff like that, you don't see a man holding a trophy. No, you see a woman holding a trophy, you know?
Hmm.
So ultimately um and then you have, and I remember playing this one game where I think it was a racing game or something like that. And if you win the first place and everything, you get a picture of the trophy and two girls on your side. So that is a signification that um women come when you're winning. Okay, winning comes with having the women. That's again what we're going into as far as the spoils. You know, the things that happen when war hits and everything like that.
Exactly. Yep.
Uh, so you done with that?
Yeah, I'm finished with that. I was thinking of this yesterday. I was meditating upon this topic. How the scriptures say, and was that Sirach the second chapter? Let me just grab it
You got it.
because it's a specific part in Sirach the second chapter.
Hmm.
Let me just grab it where it says, we shall be rewarded at that last end.
Mm.
If I'm not mistaken. Where's that at? Where's that precept? Which one is that? Which verse is that? Suffer, tested, Lord,
That last end. You said at that last end.
yeah,
Yeah, verse 3. 2 verse 3.
that verse 3. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna read this up, and if you want to jump in, just stop me. It says faithfulness to God,
Uh,
Sirach 2 and the GNC. So my child, if you are going to serve the Lord, be prepared for times when will be put to the test. You know, and war is a very trying time. You
right.
know, and this is spiritual war. So humiliation,
Yeah.
loss of loved ones, all of that is
Hmm.
is a portion of our test. You know,
Right.
uh, various thoughts. You're not the Lord. Brothers know it get dark some days, man. It says, "Be sincere
Yeah.
and determined. Keep calm when trouble comes." Oh, you got it out. You was gonna say something.
No, I was just agreeing with you. But I could say something real quick too, that because you said this is a spiritual war, and you have to have your mindset prepared because, and it's getting into it. You know, having your mindset prepared because you may have it to where a family member is against you or ends up passing away or something like that. It's going to be very very dramatic, man, because the scripture even talk about the righteous shall scarcely be saved. So we're building ourselves up, like the scriptures call compares as far as to soldiers, man. We are soldiers into this. So being a soldier, you're not thinking that a soldier is not anybody that's just weak or anything like that, or just like, no, a soldier is someone that's ready to go, everything like that. We're the mindset ready. We're ready to lose our lives for this. The scriptures say we are um uh we are confident, I say willing rather, to be absent from the body and to be present with the Lord. So our mindset is already fixed into getting through this, man, no matter what. You know, feelings are tossed aside. You know.
Exactly. So it says, be sincere and determined. Keep calm when trouble
If
comes.
I could add,
You got it up.
no. Go ahead. You can finish it up because I have an account to go into real quick as fast as possible. But you finish that up.
It says, be sincere and determined. Keep calm when trouble comes. Stay with the Lord. Never abandon him. Right? So this goes to show you that
Right.
what? There's various battles within this grand war.
Hmm.
And you will be prosperous at the end of your days. Right? So the spoils of war comes at the point of victory. With the end of our days is essentially when Yahweh Shai comes and relieves us, you know, from this captivity.
Right. You have more?
Not
Pardon if I could if folks could
okay.
hear me.
You got it.
Yeah, yep.
Wait, I'm doing something. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Salaki. So what I wanted to get into real quick, as long as my Wi-Fi good enough, was this First Samuel chapter 30. I don't know if brothers had this on deck already. But
Nah. Mm.
so th- okay. All right, so um basically the backstory, David is living in Ziklag, a Philistine controlled town from King Saul, because King, he was jealous that over David, that the Lord was set as king, and David was trying to he had a high level of respect for King Saul because the Lord was dealing with him at one point in time. So he found himself, you know, uh, uh trying to stay out the way. So it says David has been trying to stay out of the conflict between Israel and the Philistines. While David and his men are away, something terrible happens. The Amalekites, which is these small hats, raid Ziklag,
Hmm.
where David is. So this account gets into exactly what brothers was just talking about. The multiple battles that's a part of this war. Which is spiritual first. All right, and how if
Right.
you stay faithful, all right, you keep doing what is pleasing unto the Lord. How at your last end, it's going to be greater than um everything that you suffered. You're going to get everything that you lost. You know, at least twofold. So
Hmm.
this is First Samuel 30, and this is just one of the accounts. First Samuel 30, and I'm
Hmm.
gonna jump around. And one, it says, and it came to pass when David and his men were
Yeah, you
Yo.
cut up.
Salaki. It says, and it came to pass when David and his men were come to Ziklag on the third day that the Amalekites had invaded the south, and Ziklag, I'm going in and out.
It's good now.
Yeah, you good.
Okay, Salaki. It says in Ziklag and smitten Ziklag and burnt it with fire, and had taken women captives that were therein. They slew not any, right? Why didn't they, which women, some women would often be killed um uh in the middle of war, but women were all often, sometimes pretty much always be saved, and what will be done with the women. It says they slew not any, either great or small, but carried them away and went on their way. So David and his men came to the city, and behold, it was burnt with fire, and their wives and their sons and their daughters were taken captive. And just while brothers was talking, I thought of a point as far as not it being wisdom to not leave the males of those you went to war with. They showed you that example in the movie Godfather. I forget what was the first Godfather's name, but basically his killed by Don Siccio, the Sicilian mafia boss, um, back in their hometown. And the mother, she was trying to plead. She went up to the Don, if brother saw it, she went up to the Don and tried to plead for her only son. Wait, I'm doing something for her only son. So I'm doing get out. Get out. I'm doing something. Now. God damn. And so the mother tried to plead with the Don to keep her last son alive, which was with her. He ain't want to hear nothing she said, basically, and killed her while her son was running off. She told her son to run off, which was Vito. That was his name. That was Vito Corleone, the first Godfather in the movie. And I think it was Godfather 2. They showed how he was able to get revenge on his family being killed because he was left alive.
That's a good point.
So going back to where I was at, 1 Samuel 30 and their sons and their daughters. I'm gonna read on. It says, then David and the people that were with him lifted up their voice and wept until they had no more power to weep. And David's two wives were taken captives. I don't know how to pronounce it. Ahinoam and Jezreelitis, and Abigail, the wife of Nabal, the Carmelite. And David was greatly distressed, for the people spake of stoning him, right? Because all these people were with David. Because they was following his orders, right? So now they was in the middle of this danger because of David. So they was speaking about stoning. It says, because the soul of all the people was grieved, every man for his sons and for his daughters, but David encouraged himself in the Lord his power. Verse 7. And David said to Abiathar, the priest, Ahimelech's son, I pray thee bring me hither the ephod. And Abiathar brought the ephod to David. And David inquired at the Lord, saying, shall I pursue after this truth? Right? So that's wisdom. To always, well, no matter how serious, not in all times, pray to the Lord, pray without ceasing, right? In all things, look for the Lord to guide you. And that's what David did. And we all know how much the Lord favored David, right? It says, shall I overtake them? And he answered him, pursue, but thou shalt surely overtake them, and without fail recover all, right? So that gave him confidence, which that's how often was when our nation went to war, went to battle with these other nations. It's not because of our power that we have been able to gain victories over our enemies multiple times in the ancient times. All right. And that's the reason why we can't overcome our enemies in these days, because it's not of our own power and how it's going to be done.
Right.
So I'm gonna jump down. Salakia, I'm gonna jump down. Okay. Verse 17. It says, and David smote them from the twilight even unto the evening of the next day, and there escaped not a man of them, save 400 young men which rode upon camels and fled. And David recovered all that the Amalekites had carried away, and David rescued his 2 wives, and there was nothing lacking to them, neither small nor great, neither sons nor daughters, neither spoil, nor anything that they had taken to them. David recovered all, right? Um, jump
Hmm.
down, Salakia. I don't know if brothers got something to add. I'm jumping down, Salakia. All right, I'm gonna just continue on to the point. Verse 20, it says, and David took all the flocks and the herds which they drave before those other cattle, and said, this is David's spoil. And David came to 200 men, which were so faint that they could not follow David, whom they had made also to abide at the brook Besor. And they went forth to meet David and to meet the people that were with him. And and when David came near to the people, he saluted them. They answered all the wicked men and men of Belial, I don't know how to pronounce that, of those that went with David, and said, because they went not with us, we will not give them aught of the spoil that we have recovered, save to every man his wife and his children, that they may lead them away and depart. So you had certain men that actually went to war, um, went into the battle with David, and it was certain men that were weak that was left behind to watch after the good, right? And so the uh some of the men that went to war with David, they felt as though that the men that was left behind shouldn't be able to split up the spoils with them because they didn't actually put in the work as far as going to war. But we're gonna see how it turned out. Verse 23, it says, then said David, ye shall not do so, my brethren, with that which the Lord hath given us, who have with that which the Lord hath given us, who have preserved us and delivered the company that came against us into our hand. Verse 24, it says, for who will hearken unto you in this matter? But all his part is that goeth down to the battle, so shall his part be that tarrieth by the stuff. They shall part alike. Verse 25. And it was so from that day forward that he made it a statute and an ordinance for Israel unto this day. So that's a part of our customs, culture, and heritage, to split up the spoils of war between those that actually went to war and those that was left behind to watch after the goods. Because, and that's a very important point, because you have, like we was talking about in the last Sabbath service of law, you got different positions, you got different offices, you got different members of the body, and the scriptures speak, but wait, and the scriptures speak about, I'm gonna try to find it, how you have different members of the body, like a pinky, or uh or ear. Well, ear is very important. You got certain bodies that's not
Right.
the head, that's not, a fist or whatever, and you might think of as weaker, but it's all part of the body, and the Lord count them all at just as worthy as the stronger parts of the body.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got something to add to you. Let me grab it over here. Share my screen. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 20. For the kingdom is heaven, Matthew 20 and 1. Y'all brothers can hear me?
Yeah, okay.
Kind.
Okay. It says, for the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers into his vineyard. And when he had agreed with the laborers for a penny a day, he sent them into his vineyard. And he went out about the third hour and saw others standing idle in the marketplace, and said unto them, Go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right I will give you. And they went their way. Again he went out about the sixth and ninth hour, and did likewise. And about the 11th hour he went out, and found others standing idle, and saith unto them, Why stand ye here all the day idle? They say unto him, Because no man hath hired us. He saith unto them, Go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right, that ye shall receive, shall ye receive. And you got to understand, in the process of time, we fell from who we were. So we at certain points became idle, and then the Lord woke us back up. And again, this is all a part of that warfare. When the Lord, we would do wrong, the Lord will put us to sleep, and He will wake us back up again and have mercy upon us. All right. So again, that's that. Also looking at us being idle. And the Lord oftentimes continued to call us back. So when even was come, the Lord of the vineyard saith unto his steward, Call the laborers and give them hire, beginning from the last unto the first. And when they came that were hired about the 11th hour, they received every man a penny. But when the first came, they supposed that they should have received more, and they likewise received every man a penny. And when they had received it, they murmured against the good man of the house, saying, These have wrought but 1 hour, and thou hast made them equal unto us, which have borne the burden and the heat of the day. But he answered one of them, and said, Friend, I do thee no wrong. Didst thou not agree with me for a penny? Take that thine is, and go thy way. I will get unto this last even as unto thee. So everybody's going to get paid, no matter how insignificant being carnal may feel that another brother is.
Con, I got that in can you hear me?
Yeah, I can you.
Yeah.
All right. This First Corinthians 12, and I'm starting at 14. It says, For the body is not one member, but many. And at the end of the day, right, we gotta appreciate that the Lord may be dealing with us. You know, again, the Lord could easily. It's a scripture that say he could, if I'm not mistaken, he could make a prophet out of a stone. The Lord said our righteousness is as filthy rags, right? And so it's all about being humble. It's all about being meek. And if you humble, you meek, then you're gonna appreciate that the Lord is allowing you to dwell within His mercy and grace. If that's the case, then you're gonna appreciate just having an opportunity, the possibility of being delivered, right? And you're not going uh be focused on how the Lord dealing with others rather than yourself first and foremost, you know. So and you never know how the Lord is dealing with anybody else, right? It was some of the greatest wisdom that I heard from, I'm not gonna say exactly who, but they said the Lord have another brother or somebody around you go through something just as a test to you to see how you gonna deal with it. And that was like, I'll never forget it. Lord, that was like really, 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 really heavy, man. They say the Lord worked in mysterious ways, right? And so you will never really be able to wrap your mind around how the Lord is dealing with you and others around you. So
Right.
anyways, it says 1 Corinthians 12:14, for the body is not one member. The truth is not about us individually, right? Even Yahweh Shah, right? He always passes up the honor and glory to his Father. He said, Why callest thou me good? There's none good but the Father. But Yahweh Shah is very important. He's a part of that head, right? It says, but many. It says, if the foot shall say, Because I am not the hand, I am not of the body, it is therefore not of the body. is it therefore not of the body? And if the ear shall say, because I am not the eye, I am not of the body, is it therefore not of the body? If the whole body were an eye, where were the hearing? If the whole were hearing, where were the smelling? But now have Yahweh set the members, every one of them, in the body, as it had pleased him. And if they were all a member, where were the body? Um,
And if I may
I'm gonna
add
jump
too,
down.
Salakia,
Verse. No, I'm just
Salakia.
finish it out. Now you got it. You got it.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, I was gonna say because Yahweh Shai himself makes me think of him when he said um that we all will be one, and it doesn't literally mean that we'll be in one body. No, it means all one as in one mind. So this is a body. So as the brother's getting into, you don't see how you don't have it to where your hand is jealous and saying, why can't I be my foot? Or the head being jealous of the leg or something like that. It's all works within one body, man. So whether it be the smallest thing, which is like your pinky, you know it's still a member, it's still a body. And it makes me think of the times where there may be times where uh all of us are at camp, right? And then there may be times where maybe that one person is not there. We know this, like, if that one person is not there, it's just in a way it's different because not all of us are here, right? So we all are a body, and we are again, like Yahweh Shai says, we're all one in one mind. But you got it.
Um, Finishing this off, 1 Corinthians 12 and 20. But now are they many members, yet but one body? Verse 21. And the eye cannot say unto the hand, I have no need of thee, nor again the head to the feet, I have no need of you. Nay, much more those members of the body which seem to be more feeble are necessary. Right?
Right.
Verse 23. And those members of the body which we think to be less honorable, upon these we bestow more abundant honor, and our uncomely parts have more abundant comeliness. So that's basically the point. You know, again, I just was bringing that out because you have prophets, right? You have um the apostles, bishops, and elders, right? You have other brothers who, no matter hard they try to put in a certain amount of works, the Lord has a limit to how much he will allow them to do, and that's for His order's sake, right? Um, and then you have those outside standing on the other side, trying to do whatever they can. And then you have the helps, you have the women, right? You have children that believe, may watch, right? And so the Lord is putting everybody through what they need to go through, and everybody collectively is putting in the necessary works towards the spirit for us to get the fuck out of here, and everyone's gonna receive that reward. And ultimately, the reward is salvation first and foremost, to be delivered, to get those new bodies, to be made immortal, right? Everlasting life, right? And the things that we're gonna get outside of that, it's just extra, and you we're not it's not gonna be a limit to how much we're gonna get. Yeah, some brothers and sisters gonna receive more than others, but nobody's gonna complain about nobody's gonna complain about what they're gonna get.
Right. Hey, if I may add too, going into it again, because I'm reading it in verse, and if you keep reading, it goes into it how all of us are a body, and if one is lacking, then it's messing up the body. So, like I said, about how we'll say, all of us are at camp one day, and the next, a person is not at camp, and it's just in a way it's off, right? So uh if one is weak, then the whole body ends up being messed up. So we have to all be um in the like-minded and continuously what's the word for it, pushing, doing our part, you know 'cause that's what it's getting into.
Yeah.
But
Yep. It's like you know, like brother said, if one brother, let's say, brothers, let's say you got two brothers reading, two brothers holding posts, one brother on the camera, one brother's not there.
mhm,
Now that post is, a portion of the post is open. Just to back you brothers.
right.
Uh, uh.
Oh, you about to say something?
No,
Just
I
to
was
back
just
you
saying,
brothers.
agreeing with you, Slock.
Just to back brothers, I wanted to grab this real quick because this goes with what you brothers were saying. There is a term in the medical world called reflexology. Now
Mhm,
it says reflexology is a complementary therapy involving applying pressure to specific points of the feet, hands, and ears based on the theory that these points correspond to different organs and systems in the body, promoting relaxation, reducing stress, and supporting overall well-being and healing. So in essence,
mm,
um, a pressure point in your toe, you know, um, you feel it. Let me see if I can get this chart up. A pressure point in your toe affects your, other organs in your body. I don't know if brothers could see it. I'm gonna try to. Can I zoom in? I don't even know how to do that.
And if I could add just real quick,
Yeah, you got it up.
brothers can hear me.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's some amazing, powerful shit, man. You see that shit, you see them kung fu masters on these movies, even though, like you'll see it on movies, that kung fu, that martial arts shit, that's some real shit, and that's some amazing shit. You see somebody grabbing one motherfucker by the hand, by the pinky or some shit, shut his whole body down. This motherfucker thought he was about to fuck this humble kung fu. He ain't know he was a kung fu master. He thought he was about to fuck him up. He do some wild shit, and he just the kung fu master grab him by the pinky
It is what it is.
pressure points. That's some powerful shit, man.
mm.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll say
So
this as low as that, like what I said too, Salakia. As far as low as the pinky, that's still the one of the important things. You need that. Everything is a need, is a necessity. So that even shows it.
yep.
Um,
So if brothers ain't had none, I'm gonna jump over to brother Samak. You could grab Isaiah 40:3.
um, it's Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 3. The voice of him that crieth in the wilderness, prepare ye the
Oh, Slack
way
it.
of the Lord. Mm,
Start at the top. The point's at two actually, but you can start at one.
Um, Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 1. Comfort ye, comfort ye my people, saith your power, Yahweh.
Right? And we
It
comfort you.
says, verse 2.
How do we comfort you? By speaking to you, Yahweh Shai. What's it say in Matthew's 11? How lock it. You're drawing a blank all day. What the hell? Matthew 11, verse 32. I'm sorry, verse 28. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke
Yep.
upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lonely in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. Right? So Yahweh Shai being a captain of our salvation, just bringing it back home as far as our spoils of war, he he's letting us know, listen, I got through it, y'all gonna get through it as well.
Right. It says, "Speak ye comfortably to Jerusalem, and cry unto her that her warfare is accomplished, that
Hey,
her iniquity is pardoned."
and then to go a little bit deeper, that word comfortably, it actually goes into inner man, which again goes into these scriptures, how the scriptures say in Hebrews 4 that the words are discerner of the thoughts. So we speaking to these people the words of life, Yahweh.
It says that her iniquity is pardoned, for she hath received of the Lord's hand double for all her sins. Verse 3, it says, "The voice of him that crieth in the wilderness, prepare
Right.
ye."
But that was the point.
You got it.
I was speaking
Okay.
so much
Come
that
on.
I missed the point. But it says, crying to her that her warfare is accomplished. Right? So, this warfare, this constantly dying early, you 90 years old. You got a grandmother that's 90 years old. People say that's a blessing. She lived a long life. That's nothing. In the kingdom, the scriptures say that a child is gonna be like 100 years old. 90 years old ain't gonna be shit in the kingdom. That's a byproduct of our sins, of us sinning. But it's not gonna be like that in the kingdom.
We're gonna live forever.
Mm-hmm.
Even Adam and Eve didn't live forever. They lived to be a long time, but still, death met them.
Yeah. The brothers ain't got no. We could end it off past 60. We can read a few precepts in that. Salakia. 1 second, I can.
Oh, Salakia. You got it. Well, I'll say this while he's doing that. I can really quick go to the scripture that I was gonna get to, which is 2 Timothy, right? 2 Timothy chapter 2. I'll start in verse 3. It says, "Therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach." And again, this is a war. So it's like Khan was saying, as far as this is a spiritual war, so we have to prepare our minds, as it says in Sirach 2, prepare thy soul for temptation, right? It says, verse 4, "No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life." And I'll say this, even in the military, you have to be trained mentally to what's the word for it? Shooting to kill, right? You shoot to kill, and having no pity, right? The scriptures talk about how what's it that a man will not have pity on his neighbor, so that shows that in these last days that no one's gonna care, man. This is the time of war where things are gonna be, no one's gonna care about how you feel. Heck, right now, people don't really care about how you feel. You try to tell them about your life and everything. We're all going through the same things, man. The scriptures even talk about that. The same things that we're going through is the same things that the ones in the world is going through. Yeah. So that being said, we're all going through it, man. We're all going through it, and like Makara was saying too, I think that it's different levels to where one brother may be going through one thing, but then another may be going through a different thing. So the Lord sees it, puts us through these tests and to prepare us. Okay. Let me see. Verse 4 again, it says, "No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier." So we are chosen, man. And um we are chosen to be into this. And also, as Makara was talking, if, I forgot what he said, but it made me think of the fact that it's a blessing to be called, man. Scripture say, what's it? Many are called, but few are chosen, right? We are called into this, so we should not take that lightly. The fact that we're chosen into this to do a specific work, right? John 15, the 15th chapter, where it goes into, "You have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that you should bear forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain." So we're here to do a job. He chose us to do this job, and to we end up what, losing our lives and saying, forget our lives, forget our family, forget our, as what Kahan brought out, yeah, as far as what shall we have thereof if we forsake the family, everything like that. We will get that reward of the kingdom, riches, you know, to as scriptures also say, judging the 12 tribes of Israel, right? We're gonna be on top, right? The kingdom to come, the governors of the kingdom to come, man. If we do these things, but yeah, I think that's the point.
Let me grab Isaiah 60:5. So Lucky, where was I? Ended up over here. The hell? I don't know what my computer doing, man. The book of Isaiah, bear with me. Sixty and 5. It says, let me start at 4. Start at the top, Salaki. It says, "Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of Yahweh is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Lord shall rise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee." All right. And it's starting off right now with this wisdom. Wisdom maketh a man face to shine. And then ultimately the world is going to see, who the Lord is dealing with. "And the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and kings to the brightness of thy rising. Lift up thine eyes round about, and see. All they gather themselves together, they come to thee. Thy sons shall come from far, and thy daughters shall be nursed at thy side. Then thou shalt see and flow together, and thy heart shall fear and be enlarged, because the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee. The forces of the Gentiles shall come unto thee." And pretty much we're going to turn to workers and slaves, turn from workers and slaves to shot callers. Because who writes history, who writes happiness or brings pain? The ruler. And we're going to bring that, we're going to be the ruler that the Lord is going to set up. The brother had mentioned Deuteronomy, Daniel 7:18, right? Because everybody else had their time to rule. Now it's when it's our time, you got people or sellouts that want to push that off. But now the scriptures, it speaks on how Israel, what the scriptures say, what Israel shall be saved with an everlasting salvation, world without end. Right? So our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai is coming, and This is a snippet on things that we will receive. Right? Remember, it says in Deuteronomy 28 that we shall be above, in the beginning of Deuteronomy 28, in the blessings, we shall be the head and not the tail. Just for as right now, it's the complete 180. We're the tail, not the head. It says, a multitude of camels shall cover thee, the dromedaries of Midian and Ephah. All they from Sheba shall come. They shall bring golden incense, and they shall shew forth the praises of Yahweh. So it's going to be it's going to be different, man. Very different. We struggle to make fake fiat money. Meanwhile, we're about to receive the riches of the world and then some.
Can I get a precept real quick?
Yeah, you got it up.
Salakia. It says, this is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach chapter 10. I'll start at verse 3. It says, and an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. Verse 4, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai. It says, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. So ultimately, this wicked ruler Esau Edom, he's as the scriptures also say, which is actually talking about Israel, but we're going to use in Esau's terms, he's changing the ordinances, man, and the earth is waxing worse and worse, man, to where he needs to be put out the way. And let's believe the Lord's gonna do that, and he's gonna set forth, like it says, set up one that is profitable, which is us, man. The righteous rule, that white throne, as it says in Revelations.
Yeah, and man, we can't. I know. I speak for all the brothers. We really can't wait to exhale, man. This life is one big it's like a one big you holding your breath, for lack of better terms. Always dealing with some turmoil in your life. You kind of feel strange if shit's going smooth.
Well, and the scriptures even talk about how among these nations shalt thou find no ease, man. We can't even rest correctly, man, without and can't even, like, I have a problem someone being behind me. I gotta let them go past, man. That's how crazy this world is, man. Yeah.
You spend most of your waking hours working for this devil just to find out he done took fucking 30-40% of your hard-earned money. Like, that's what we got to deal with.
Insane.
Let me see if it was more on this. It says, all the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered together unto thee. The rams of Nabaioth shall minister unto thee. They shall come up with acceptance on my altar, and I will glorify the house of my glory. Oh, man, this is truly our comforter. It's not your woman, it's not the game. There's not any extraterrestrial. I say extra, carnal nonsense.
Right.
A day where you could just think, man, it's hard to even put in words. Like a day when you can just live.
Yeah. Hey, the scriptures, just like it. If I may, scriptures, we say it all the time, but we need to, man. We keep this in our minds that Isaiah 33:6, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times. This is the thing that's going to keep us stable. This is the thing that keeps us at peace. When we start talking about the scriptures and this is the true comforter, as you were saying, man. Beautiful.
Yeah, man. So it's that, hope you Akim and Akwaf, We're edified. Again, we want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kudash. That's Yahweh, being whom the world ignorantly calls God. Yahweh Shai is his son, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. There's no God beside them. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Salutations to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.